Okay, so what we've done here is we've gone ahead and we've put up Fibonacci retracements for a dead cat bounce. The dead cat bounce on a big drop gives us an estimated bounce target. We still need to trade Fibonacci as support and resistance. As support and resistance. This bottom line, this becomes our stop. The trick is if it falls through there, it's going to fall a lot further from there before we're able to exit. We're going to take another set of Fibonacci's, and as soon as we get the close of this third candle, we're going to start marking where we'll stop out of should it fall below. Remember what I said. When I say sell, your sell must be 50 cents below the bid. Why? Because I've done this before. I've been waiting on this for 3 weeks. I've been talking about it. We finally got our hit. If you guys remember, not long ago, I was talking about an ascending triangle pattern. You remember? Ooh, crap, craziness. I was talking about an ascending triangle pattern. When we go over to the daily, look at the retest from the ascending triangle breakout. Did I not say that the time to buy a stock was either on the breakout or the retest of it? Do you guys remember? Do we remember that? Yes, no, maybe? Highly reliable chart patterns. Highly reliable chart patterns. And all you have to do is display the patience to wait for them. All you have to do is display the patience to wait for them. That's it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to try to be anything special. Highly reliable chart patterns. I am going to tell you, though, I can't check private messages here. And the reason is I am recording this trade. And I couldn't get my recording software up quick enough, so I'm having to record it just through the chat room. So I can't check private messages. I can't check the mod room. I can't check any of that. I want you guys to remember something. When it comes to trading, the price you bought at really doesn't matter when it comes to the chart telling you to sell it. The price you bought at does not matter when the chart tells you to sell it. Do what? How many times you seen me do this? Let me tell you what, Duwat's seen me do this the 2 times previously, to the point that for the last 3 weeks he's been like, Mike, we're going to bounce it, we're going to bounce it. Now this is not going to be that 70% trade profit we had back last May when we did the same bounce. Quite simply, it took too long to run up, so it didn't have the same intensity of the fall. We're going to make about $1 per share. We're going to make about $1 per share. And we're doing it live because this type of trade doesn't come about often. It does not come about often. And when it does, you make it. When it does, you make it. Again, I cannot check my private messages right now. If you have questions, you got to post them in general chat. I can't switch over to other chat windows because I'm recording the entire chat room right now. Don't watch the 1 minute chart. It'll freak you out. Stick with the 5. Just listen. Just listen. And yes, I know that SPY puts went up a little more. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I had 200 SPY puts. I only had 50 left. I got me 100K shares here. This is where the money's at right now. Let's follow the money. And if you're not in it, I'm sorry. And again, there's a reason a trade like this does not get emailed out. It's because we have to make the sell when the chart tells us. And we have to make it 50 cents below the bid if you want to get out. The market is tanking right now. The SPY is actually just dumped that weekly trend line. I am looking at it on another chart, so I do want to mention that. We should see Lockheed Martin, UPS dumping as well. Please, please, please stick with me, especially if you have a large position. If you have a large position and you start hitting this bid while we're in this trade, it's going to trigger the market makers to sell, and you're going to screw over this group. Stick with me here. Stick with me here. You notice I've got this Fibonacci retracements here. I'm monitoring where my stop would be. Just like the alert said, this is very high risk because of the nature of this trade. We are catching what we call a dead cat bounce. We do not expect this to return to the high. Don't be chasing here, guys, please. You know, when I put out the alert, I put it out for, I mean, what was it, 20 cents above what the ask was at the time? Because if this thing starts going down, it's going to go down hard and fast. So please, 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 stick with me here and make sure you're paying attention. Stick with me here and make sure you're paying attention. Looks like a new low of the day on the SPY. Here we go. Here we go now. See, they're trying to do some little shake and bake. I've seen this before. They get a little shake and bake action. They want to try to scare a couple people out. That's what this set of Fibonacci's is for. This is telling me where I need to stop out. I know it's a high-risk trade, and I know what I'm in it for. And I know how to identify when it's definitely not a trade I want to be in. Stick with me here, guys and gals. Stick with me, guys and gals. We're going to make some money here. We are going to make some money here. Now, I'm going to put myself at a disadvantage because I took a lot larger position than I have on this trade in the past. So when I say sell, you guys need to sell because you look at the bids here. I would take out 4 of them. Okay? So I need you guys to not doubt me when I tell you to exit. Remember, you'll rarely catch the low, you'll rarely sell the high. We need the majority of the run. This, my friends, is how we make money. Consistency, accuracy, and no guesswork. I showed you on the daily chart what constituted this trade. High probability trade pattern, a retest from an ascending triangle breakout. Moving my Fibonacci's up a little bit here. We had the breakout from the Fibonacci, or from the ascending triangle. It retested and gives us the dead cat bounce. Now, I could be like other places out there and just spam the random alert and you have no clue how to do this. That's not how we do it here. I want you to be able to identify this in case you see it in charts that you trade. I want you to be able to identify it so that you can see it on other charts, because I can't catch it all. I can't catch them all, but you better bet your butt I catch this one. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they'll do the same thing. If you chose Fannie over Freddie, you are still going to sell when I sell. This is a dead cat bounce play. I've seen this a few times in the past already on these exact charts. We can't worry about if it goes up some from when we sell. We have to get out safely and with profit. We'll discuss that, Joe. I'm recording it right now, so you'll be able to watch the trade over and over again. But it was a retest of the ascending triangle breakout. You know, the ascending triangle, that was on my watch list a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? And then since it was on the watch list, I said, I'm not taking it now. I'm waiting for the bounce on the retest of the ascending triangle. And guess what? I'm here, and I caught the freaking bounce. Stay with me here. Stay with me here. They're going to shake it here in just a second. They are going to shake it here in just a second. I need you to stay with me on it. They're going to make it look like it's over. They're going to make it look like it's over, but I'm telling you to stay with me. If they do it anything like they've done the times in the past, and I've hit them dead on, those of you guys that followed me over from the prior venue, you can attest to it. You saw me do it in March of 2013. You saw me do it in May of 2013. The trade is easy when you identify the pattern. These are patterns that I regularly try to teach with you guys. And I want you to know how to identify this trade, because it happens on more than these two charts, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. It does happen on more than these two charts. Welcome to professional trading, folks. You know, Sneeb is the bounce king. He actually taught me how to bounce these things. I applied a little bit of my own trading tools to him, and I got pretty good at bouncing a few of them. High probability trade patterns, calm, cool, and collected, making profit. That's how we trade. And I will gladly do that. I will gladly discuss it. This is one, I don't try to catch bounce trades on everything. I don't try to catch bounce trades on everything. I catch these big bounce trades on Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac because they've made me a lot of money. And I've helped to make other people a lot of money on them. Like I said, they're going to make it seem like the trade is over here. They are going to make it seem like the trade is over. You see it, people looking at it on a 5-minute chart. They're using a 20 moving average on their Bollinger Bands. Oh, wow, we're right there. This one might be over. This one might be over. And it may be. I don't know the future. But I know when people thought that the last times I bounced this, they sold too soon. You see, as we get into this area, you're getting buys and sells. You're getting people getting out. You're getting people adding to. It looks like the SPY is still falling apart. Wow, it looks like UPS is really coming back for us here. We got a new close. We need to move up our Fibonacci's to the highest close. I'm telling you, there's nowhere that'll make this play like me, because the only place that could ever do it, I was the one that did it there. And I'm sure all them poor souls over there were trying to call the bottom the whole way down. Buying in and stopping out, buying in and stopping out, and then chasing. That's not how we trade this trade. Right here, this is where they're going to make it look like it's over. This is where they're going to make it look like it's over. I'm going to secure my lines there, and I want you to look at a couple things. If you think it's over and you want to sell, you sell. I don't think it's over. I'll allow my Fibonacci retracements to guide me, because I know where we were able to sell these in the past on the same chart pattern. Many times when you try to call the high, you find that, oh, wow, that wasn't the high. Don't try to call the high on this one. I'm telling you, please do not try to call the high on this one. Okay. Let them shake it a second. Let them shake it a second. Let them shake it. I'm nearly positive they're going to want to close this 5-minute candle red. Now, another thing, just telling you on how I identified this trade. Every time this has done this high rate of fall in the past, it's done it on 5 big red 15-minute candles. Somebody go look at the 15-minute chart and tell me how many big red 15-minute candles we had. How many big red 15-minute candles did we have? I got to do all the work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like the SPY has given up our weekly trend line and the swing high. I know I wasn't watching it, and I know I sold the puts. I just told you why I did it. Because there's more money going into this trade. Okay? Stick with me here. Did you notice that? Who got scared and sold? Who got scared and sold? Did Jason Bond sell? Jeff Williams? I bet you them punks sold. Because they don't know how to trade it. and I bet you they chased our alert. I know they didn't get the price I got. I know they didn't get the price you got. So yeah, they got to be scared. They got to shake out a little bit because they chased it. I need you guys to stay with me here. I need you to stay with me here. You know I don't do a whole lot of day trading. I know I don't advocate heavily for day trading. But it doesn't mean I'm bad at it. Or as Jesse would say, oh, you bad, coach. You bad. But high probability trade patterns. Ascending triangle breakout is what put it on our watch list for it to run up, what, nearly $2? For those of you that got it off the watch list 2-3 weeks ago, I forget which Sunday it was on our watch list, but that Monday it opened up, popped right above the ascending triangle. Boom. Money, money, money. And now we waited for the retest of the ascending triangle. Look what it did here. See on the 5-minute chart, that 20 moving average, it scared people. Oh, it's going to go red from the 20 moving average. Now it's moved sideways across the 20 moving average. Is it not above the 20 moving average now? Yeah, you guys should go over there. Go tell Jason Bond and Jeff Williams, if their people want to learn to trade, come on and send me an email. coach@winningstockcoach.com. Because I sure as hell won't have them chasing other people's alerts. Patience here. Patience here. Let's be a little patient here. Listen, looking over at the SPY on my other chart, it failed that weekly channel. Right now, it's come back up to retest it. Very likely, it could continue to pull back. Oh, what did Jason Bond sell at? 415, 412? Stay with me here, folks. Lancaster, what we'll do is we're looking for it to break the 50% line. We don't want to sell ourselves short. Once it breaks that 50% line, we would simply have to sell if it falls below. Again, I can't answer any private message. I can't even look at the screens because I'm recording the chat right now. I'm recording the chat room. I love it. I love it when these other places chase my alerts, and they sell too soon because they're cowards. And they do it at the expense of their members. So watch it close. They're going to push it into that 38.2 line. They're going to push it into that 38.2 line. And then they're going to shake the tree a little bit. We've got a new close. I'm going to set those Fibonacci's there. Let them shake it. Let them do what they're going to do. Let them do what they're going to do. Again, I'll check all private messages after we exit the trade. We will not hold this trade overnight. We will not hold this trade overnight. If you insist on holding it overnight, you need to only hold whatever you sell for free shares. You will have to remove your capital tonight. Because the reality is, it's going to bounce again for us like this. At least one more time and probably two more times over the next couple days. Each bounce will be smaller. There we go. Look, look. They started to go red. They're starting to scare people out. People want to sell because they're misguided. Nobody wants to teach them the right way to trade. That's where I come in. You don't have to do a lot of trading to be successful in your trading. I want you to stick with me. Stick with me. Stick with me. We don't want to kill these little bids. We don't want to be dumping on these little piddly bids. Let the amateurs do that. I would love to see those chat rooms now. I would love to see the people jumping in and out and in and out and in and out because they're misguided, because somebody's failed them and not told them how to do this properly. You want to make your broker rich? Trade crazy. Let's give it a second here. We're really not in any danger yet. If you'd have tried to call that top over here, you'd have been wrong. So we got to assume we may be wrong here. You can't try to call the top. You can't try to call the top here. Just be a little patient. Be a little patient. Once again, no disrespect, but I cannot check any of the private messages because then they would be displayed in the recording because I wasn't able to get my normal recording software up in time, so I had to hit the chat room recorder. So please be a little patient. Be a little patient with me here. Be a little patient with Freddie Mac. Be a little patient with the Freddie Mac. We're not in a game of pennies here. Not in a game of pennies.